lot of nuts!
Let's start this video with a personal question. This may be more indicative of your personality type than any horoscope could ever be. How many times does somebody need to break into your car before you feel personally offended? For me, it's just one time. If you break into my car once, it's gonna bum me out the rest of the day. I'm gonna take it personally. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I haven't spent enough time with Buddhist monks to learn the patience of someone like Seth Rogen, who claims to have had his car broken into 15 times and still doesn't take it personally, still just lets it wash over him like water. He accepts it as being a part of LA. It's just an everyday occurrence to him. And I don't think that's normal. I'm gonna be honest. So Casey Neistat tweets out that his cars got robbed in the morning. He had moved to LA from New York, I think last year. Complained that the city is a third world shithole, but big appreciation to the hardworking officers at the LAPD. Seth Rogen, for whatever reason, feels the need to defend the city of Los Angeles in this moment. Dude, I've lived here for 20 years, you're nuts, it's lovely here. Don't leave anything valuable in it, it's your fault that your cars got broken into. Casey replies, as calmly as he could, I'm still allowed to be mad though, right? I feel violated, my cars were broken into. And Seth Rogen replies, you can be mad, I guess. I don't personally view my car as an extension of myself. And so, I've never felt violated any of the 15 or so times my car was broken into. One time, a guy accidentally left a cool knife in my car. So if it keeps happening, you might get a little treat. I have a lot more to say about the mental gymnastics of Seth Rogen here, but before that, a quick message from our sponsor.
World of Warships is now available on PC. It's the #1 free-to-play online multiplayer naval combat simulator that also happens to be sponsoring this video. Check out my first impressions here. Wait, did he say World of Warships? I've been playing World of Forklifts. Damn it. You can play as destroyers, battleships, cruisers, aircraft carriers, and if you're really gonna be that guy, I guess you could play as a submarine. But you don't gotta take my word for it. Let's hear from John Cena himself. Ohajiwen binchiring I ne san super idol de sharon domeni dia ten by cho de young bao domeni young yao. Download for free using the link in the description or code FIRE to pick up this huge starter pack for new players, which includes 7 days of a premium account, 20 Restless Fire camouflages, the premium USS Texas, as well as 1 million free credits and 200 doubloons. That's a huge difference between those two currencies. I would hate to mix those up. It would crash the economy in this game if I accidentally said 1 million doubloons. Anyway, download the game. It's free. Come on, do it.
I did the math on the Seth Rogen car thing, and he says that his car has been broken into 15 or so times over the last 20 years, which means his car has been broken into every 45 minutes. I didn't double check my math, I just did the math, okay? I have so many questions about what's happening here. What kind of car does Seth Rogen drive? That's what I want to know. Does he just have like the same like 2006 BMW and he doesn't even bother replacing the windows? So breaking into his car at this point is just like the wind blowing too hard and knocking the trash bags out of the side of the frame? Why are you telling people not to leave expensive stuff in the car? You clearly are not an expert in not getting your car broken into. Why are you advising other people who have had their car broken into? Listen, I understand the mental gymnastics a person can do in order to validate something that they think is great, albeit it has flaws. I'm an open Evangelion fan. I've been telling people that show is great, despite the fact that it has brought me nothing but ridicule and depression my entire life, as of like watching it last year. But my point is still the same. I don't understand why, like what is there to glorify here? Seth Rogen goes out of his way to mention the one time that the dude who broke into his car left a cool knife. Which, you know, so sometimes it's worth it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yo man, I know you got stabbed in Central Park, but you can't just say New York's a place where people get stabbed, man. I've been stabbed 12 times in the last 10 days, and you know what? Sometimes you just gotta accept that you live in a big city and it's gonna happen. One time, the nurse said that I had a pretty girthy cock. So, you know, if you keep getting stabbed, something nice might happen, and then it's all worth. I'm surprised the change to Los Angeles has evoked such an emotion out of these two people. Like, Casey's originally from New York. Is that not also a crazy place to live?
What do you want to tell Joe Biden right now?
What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Hey, yo! If you see these dogs in your front yard, Just know upstairs I'm going hard. Bing bong.
Have you guys seen that tweet that's like, my neighbor says that coyotes keep eating his cats, so I asked him how many cats he has, and he said that every time it happens, he just goes to the shelter and gets another cat. So it sounds like you're just feeding cats to coyotes at this point. That's basically what Seth Rogen is doing. And the first couple times that your car gets broken into, one would imagine that you would do something being worth millions of dollars to prevent this. You'd set up a webcam, call the police, stop parking on the street, as you admittedly do. At this point, I feel like Seth Rogen should just give a punch card to the robbers breaking into his car. Like, just leave it on the inside and be like, hey, I didn't leave any valuables in here, but this is the 10th time that you've broken into my car. Congratulations, let me buy you a car. For the love of God, stop breaking into mine. Did you guys know the Street Fighter 2 was actually based on a real thing? The minigame where you play as Ryu destroying a car is based on Seth Rogen's childhood. Anyway, that's enough nonsense about rich Hollywood people completely forgetting the struggles of everyday life for the rest of us. If you guys ever find yourself in West Hollywood or anywhere in Los Angeles, take a detour and break into Seth Rogen's car. There are no repercussions for it. He seems to be totally cool with it, and it might be a nice way to take out some of the anger of having to take public transportation all day. Speaking of buses, here's another question to establish what type of person you are. When you sit on a bus, do you sit on the side of the windows that faces negativity? Or do you sit on the side of the windows that faces the glorious view? Huh? It really speaks to each person where you decide to sit on a bus and how you perceive the world. You can either view something as a negative experience, like having your car broken into, or you can choose to view it as a positive experience, like living in a big city. At the end of the day, we are both people, and inside ourselves we are... Where the fuck was I going with this? Listen, it's a motivational image that has been taken into the meme sphere in order to portray the difference between taking a shit before leaving the house and not taking a shit before leaving the house. I don't know if you were expecting the highest quality tier 3 meme to ever hit the internet, but that's not what this is. Over the course of 48 hours, it has received a loss edit, political edits. I don't even read these things anymore. Like, if it's a short block of text, I'm like, oh, this might be funny. But anything that's got like 15 lines of text, go fuck yourself.
Transition.
YouTube has removed the dislike button. Kind of. YouTube has removed public dislike counters. You can still dislike a video on YouTube, but they've removed the little ratio bar at the bottom that shows how many people liked it versus how many people disliked it, which in turn has made it so that all the terrible YouTube rewinds and all the terrible comebacks after cancellations by people, all the bad tutorials on YouTube that have a ton of dislikes that you can easily see, hey, this video sucks, no longer has that. You can only see how many likes it has. And I think this is a great thing. My video of me saying the N-word over and over again for 45 minutes straight doesn't have any dislikes anymore. I might make a part 2. Plenty of creators have made videos talking about this. MKBHD made a video talking about how he doesn't approve of this move. The first video ever uploaded to YouTube is titled Me at the Zoo, and it has been untouched for the last 15 or so years, where the description of this video has been updated because the creator wanted to express how much he did not like the fact that YouTube is removing dislikes from their platform. The biggest issue that creators seem to have with this is the fact that you no longer have feedback when a video is bad. The example that everybody gives is, what if I'm looking for a tutorial? What if I'm looking on how to use a software? If I can't see the dislike bar, I no longer know if this is clickbait or a bad video. And I think that's stupid. Listen, I don't approve of them removing the dislike button either. It feels like a way for them to just hide just criticism and just negativity on properly poor videos that deserve that feedback. But the fact that you need dislike videos to be able to tell apart a good YouTube tutorial from a bad YouTube tutorial, like, guys, come on, that's reaching. It's 2021. You've been on the internet for at least a decade at this point. I think you know the difference between a good and a bad YouTube tutorial. You want me to test you? I bet you'll pass it with flying colors. Here we go. I'm gonna give you 2 examples. You tell me which one of these is the good tutorial. Hey guys, welcome back to How to Drink an Orange Monster. I'm your host, SumitoMedia. First thing you wanna do is grab yourself an orange monster. And the second thing you wanna do is drink the orange monster. Remember to subscribe if you want more tutorials like this. Hello, welcome back. How drink orange monster energy tutorial. Step 1, buy $500 Walgreens gift card and then send to this email address.
Next meme.
MrBeast recently made a Squid Games video. He recreated all the sets from Squid Games. He did it just like the show. He had one winner, almost $500,000 given away for all 456 contestants or whatever it was. When he released the video, it did like 45 million views in 24 hours, which even for him is a ridiculous amount of views. I don't know if this is a hot take or not. It doesn't feel like a hot take, but is anybody else just sick of hearing about MrBeast's views? I mean, like, he's not doing anything wrong. The dude's just taking advantage of living his dream, making the best videos that he can, soaking in all these views. He deserves them, by all means. But the people around MrBeast, other YouTubers in the community who look at him like, wow, he's the greatest thing ever, is just so cringe. There's this one tweet on Twitter that is getting ratioed into hell that compares the 100 million views that Squid Games got after being in development for 10 plus years and compares it to the 50 or so million views that MrBeast got. I don't know the exact numbers, it'll be over my shoulder, in a video that he only made in 7 weeks or something, and it's just so dumb. Is MrBeast better than Netflix? Is everybody gonna be talking about the MrBeast video? Are people gonna be watching video essays deciphering the cultural nuances that are in the MrBeast video? No, it's not even close. I spent 9 hours watching Squid Games, front to back. I didn't get any sleep that night. I think my video that week was delayed because I was watching so much Squid Game. I watched an additional 9 hours of YouTube videos to catch all the cultural differences that I didn't understand because I wasn't Korean and they paid that much attention to the details in that show. Did I do the same thing for MrBeast's video? No. I watched the first 30 seconds and then just skipped to the end to see who won because I didn't care. There was no story. It's not the same. Again, not to hate on MrBeast, but like, come on, it's cringe. Don't make these comparisons, it's weird.
Transition.
If you see these dogs in your front yard, just know upstairs I'm going hard. Bing bang. Thank you for making it to the end of yet another episode of the SumitoMedia Show. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it. Remember to click confirm after you unsubscribe. If you want to catch the Cash Money Meme Team, that's the name scrolling behind me, be sure to subscribe on Patreon. And I will catch you guys in next week's video. Ching chang han chi, ching ching chang chung, ching ching a minute ban chi, a swing among the banner mob, ooh, what a bit of butter.
Spieße!